Hey everybody, welcome to my May 2024 housing data analysis of Goodyear, Arizona. Second month I'm doing this in Goodyear. So first I'm going to start off just by kind of going over what the video is about and what you're going to get from it. Then we're going to reflect on what I said last month just to kind of get an idea of where I was predicting we were going to go, and then we're actually going to see what's currently happening. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go over the active under contract closed data of last month, but not only that, look at the trends of what's been happening over the last few months to kind of see where we're heading. We're going to look at the average price and median price and see where they're going. Are they going up? Are they staying mid? Are they going low? And of course, I'm going to give my predictions coming for the summer of 2024, because I know a lot of us are still taking the plunge. I'm helping quite a few people right now that are taking the plunge, and I would love to help you if you also are looking for an agent. But anywho, let's get the ball rolling. By the way, all these houses that I'm going to be talking about, anything that you see today's video, can be accessed today on my website, ArizonaJavy.com. I have a link in the description with this search already created. All the real estate, all the listings in Goodyear that are the most popular listings rated. So feel free to make an account, and it goes to me and no one else. So, you know, don't be afraid about your info going anywhere. So let's see what I said last month, and see how it compares to now. Man, that was looking rough, huh?
For the seller market in Goodyear, we're not seeing price reductions as we should, because technically the pending numbers are.
Hold on, I just noticed you guys can't hear it. There you go. There you go.
Reductions as we should, because technically the pending numbers are lower. Sorry, pending numbers are similar and active numbers are higher, but we're seeing more generous sellers, but they're being forced to be generous. They're saying, fine, we'll give you $10,000, $15,000, $16,000, but we want you to pay close to list price. We're seeing similar list price or a little bit below list price. So all in all, just right now, as we're entering the second quarter of Goodyear, it's not looking like any massive shifts of value quite yet. What it looks like is people are not okay with the interest rates, and what they're doing is they're getting a bunch of money from the sellers, and they're using it to pay their closing costs, or using it to buy down their rates. They're doing all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay. First of all, man, oof, my boy needs a shave and a haircut, huh? Can't believe you guys watched that. But anyways, basically the idea was I wasn't predicting any kind of massive price shifts. I was, according to what I wrote down, it says trending slow and steady upwards in price. Pending numbers are higher, but actives are higher. And one thing I've discovered in the month of me doing these kind of reports is I'm noticing there's a lot of fake numbers being put out there. Now, what I say by fake numbers, I mean, like, for example, a builder might say they sold a house for $440,000, but they don't really disclose that they gave almost 20, 30, 40K of incentives to the seller, or sorry, to the buyer. Or you'll see a house that's sold for, I don't know, 440, 430, but they'll give 20, 30,000 of concessions to the buyer. So you really didn't sell for that much. You're just kind of inflating that price, right? And all in all, I mean, off the bat, before we get to the active and under contract numbers, it looks like that prediction was pretty accurate. You probably saw in the thumbnail already, there has been an increase of value since the last month. According to just looking at Goodyear, which is 85338 and 85395, and we're looking at houses under 2,500 square feet for now, single family residence, we had it about, was a 1.5% increase from March 24th to April 2024. So 464 to 472. So about almost $10,000, $8,000 increase, which is insane, because if you think about early this year, we've had nothing but growth. I mean, this looks scary here, but if we just do 2024, oh great. Cromford report, will you ever fix this? This is, I love how I had a past client, Henry, shout out to you, who was like, hey bro, this is how you use this chart. You guys are like watching the videos and you're telling me how to work the chart, so thank you. So if you look at the chart in Goodyear 2024, it looks like it's been nothing but growth. So you look at the whole enchilada though, and it looks scary, but anyways. So looking like that's the case. So let's get an idea of how the numbers look like, yeah? How's everyone doing today? Pretty exciting for me because I pulled a Jace Reawaken Magic today. Let's see if I can pull it up. There you go. I don't know if you guys are Magic players or not, but let's see if I can get that focus in. It's a pretty good card. Excited to build a deck around it. Let's see if I can show you guys. You guys are probably just like, shut up, show me the numbers. Sorry. All right, let's get back to it. Screen share with the camera. Okay, let's look at Goodyear. Okay, 437 houses for sale. Under contract and pending. We have 205. And our closed listings, which should resemble the pending numbers, last 31 days, 169. So we're seeing that increase of demand happening again. But I'm noticing that's a common trend in most cities. We're seeing like the under contract pending numbers being almost half of the active numbers, and the close being a little bit like, not to say half, but 80% ish of the close numbers. The hotter markets I have seen, like the active and pendings are pretty neck and neck, or at least it's like more than half. But this still, it's well under half. Still not seeing like active, like booming market like we did during the COVID days. But it's, well, I want to see more of the historical data before I give a quick analysis on that. And for our active price, or average price, sorry, only looking at houses, no condo, single family residence. I'm gonna do under 3,000 square feet. If you guys are looking for a bigger house, you can schedule a one-on-one with me and we can like do something like that. But yeah, we're gonna do, you know, so 511,000. Damn, it's insane. Probably isn't including that northern Goodyear. Really, it would be wiser, which I won't do it for a video, but if you guys want a one-on-one, to separate northern and southern Goodyear, and really separate Estrella from southern Goodyear. I think each market, each neighborhood has its own ecosystem. But for now, for the sake of the video, we'll do the entirety of Goodyear. So let's look at the data, yeah? Median sales prices. We'll have to look at that. Active listings, and let's do listings under contract. Okay. Goodyear. Okay. Let's do only houses. What are we seeing here? We're seeing that slow and steady increase of inventory, steady pace, a drop, and then an increase this last month. And I think that's been the biggest thing that we've seen over the last 30 days is we've seen an increase of inventory. And that increase of inventory actually just put us at the level of that concerning price drop. So let me do just a quick, you guys probably have seen multiple videos, you know what's happened, but let me just recap. 2020 to 2022 was a massive increase of values. And the reason why that happened is because our active listings dropped, stayed really low. And in 2022, it started going back, it spiked back up. And that spike is what caused the prices to drop. Now, this isn't that scary. There's some cities that really took a big hit, but Goodyear looks like it didn't lose that much value. Now, what's concerning here is that our active numbers have at least for a week ago, have reached, did they exceed? No, it actually just met it. Interesting. 452 active listings. So we're at the same number we were when the price drop started happening. So in theory, if our pending numbers are identical, then we should start seeing price drops. But I'm guessing we're not going to be there. So the price drop started happening around here, the midpoint. Well, really started happening from June to February 2023. So was that June to February 2023? So that under contract number was around here. So if our pending numbers were around sorry, those are active. Sorry. Let me go here. If our pending numbers are going to be around here, which is going to be 93, then we should be seeing price decreases, right? But what's happening is our pending numbers are even lower than we were. Yet our active numbers are as high as they are here in Goodyear. Now, that just doesn't make sense. The numbers clearly show just let me recap again, with the active numbers being as high as the price drops when the price drops happen, and our pending numbers, meaning there's less houses selling than during that time as well. Well, I wouldn't say that, because it was like what, the midpoint. So June is like right here. So this is like this drop right here. This is what really right here. Boom. This is what really created that massive price decrease. So I wouldn't say that quite yet, but we are near it. We're like at the start of the drop. So in theory, if they start dropping to the levels of like 6,000, under 7,000 around there, we should start seeing those price drops happening. But what's happening instead is we have a nice steady flow. Why is that? Well, I have a sneaking suspicion. I think I know what it is. Also, by the way, these data videos are going to be longer, because this is, my clientele is data oriented. They want to know more about their market. I got a comment the other day for my Levine video. They're like, this wasted my time. They did spell wasted wrong, and I did correct it, because of course I did. But you know, if you're not into this, go watch the other people there's other YouTubers and realtors saying, don't move to Goodyear. Oh my God. And it's really just realtors selling you move to Goodyear. That was a little salty. I apologize. Let's move on. So I have a sneaking suspicion. Okay, 436 active listings. How many of these are new builds? Let's take a guess. Built after 2024. 50. That's actually not a lot. What's going on? Are the closed ones maybe? $14 are new. Oh, let me get some processing time here. So it's not new builds. What the heck is it then? Our active numbers are as high as they were at the peak of 2022, when prices were dropping. But our pending numbers, why are active listings so high? Because our pending numbers are low. Even in 2022, even if we had 2,000 more sales, this is a weekly, so it's hard to kind of compare. Interesting. Oh, hold on. I just noticed this isn't Goodyear. Okay, there you go. This makes more sense. What a waste of time. All right, I'm gonna have to cut all that out when I watch this again. That made sense. So I wasn't clicking on Goodyear. So what's going on here is our listing under contract numbers are low. They're still lower, actually. They're still as low as they were. We have less houses selling. We have approximately 50, 60 houses that are selling less. So we're about here. I don't know, guys. According to the numbers, there should be price decreases. There 100% should be price decreases. I'm looking at these numbers and I'm not understanding why there isn't price decreases. We are at the almost midpoint of our under contract numbers when the prices drop. We are at the active listing tippy top. and prices are not dropping. What the heck is going on in Goodyear? Let me just look over the last 14 days of closings. Who's buying these houses? So list price, sold price 453. List price 458, sold price 452. Gave almost 3% of concessions. So that's like almost 15K. This person gave $22,000 of concessions. Yeah, there's like these massive concessions amount being given. And these massive concessions amount are exactly what we need to see those price adjustments needing to happen. So here's what I'm thinking, just off the top of my top of the head here. Everything about the Goodyear market is primed for a price drop. But what's happening is buyers are asking, so like this house right here, listed for 500K. This is a new build. No, it's not a new build. Listed for 500K. Eventually reduced it to 475. Or maybe they negotiated 475 or 480, sorry. So they got it for 480 and they got back 2% of concessions. So they got back, what is that? Almost 10K? No, that's not 10. Sorry. 2.5% of concessions. So 480. Sorry, that multiplication. 12,000. Funny enough, they actually paid more in the concessions to the buyer than they actually paid the agent's commission. That's funny. Wow. Yeah, so I think to kind of put it in perspective here, I think Goodyear market is primed for a adjustment, but buyers continuing to take concessions instead of price adjustments are preventing. Oh, I put it back. Are preventing market. What's a price adjustments? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess it does make sense. It makes sense because right now, I think the fact that rates are so high, I think that's what's even creating this environment where like, well, the rates are high, but I want to buy. So let's get the seller to give us 20, 30K to buy our rate down. But on paper, it looks like they sold it for 480 to 500, but they really didn't. They really sold it for 460, 470. So if we as buyers were not as dependent on the seller or because the rates are so high to buy that down, if rates were more doable and were more feasible, then we would be seeing those price adjustments. So I will still say it's in your best interest if you're buying in the Goodyear area to try to do both. Try to get a price reduction and try to get some kind of chunky concessions to buy down your rate. Of course, that's not always possible, but you should try. Definitely. Sorry for the little hiccup in the middle about the whole Phoenix thing. I hopefully that kind of complicated things, but it still is the same result. You know what I mean? So let me know if you guys have any questions. All the links are to contact me, to reach out to me below. Also, as you remember, you can access the houses for sale here on my website. The links below. The search has already been created. All you do is click the link, make an account, and you're good to go. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I gotta answer this call now. So yeah.